Good morning, everyone. I'm coming at you from my bed because I am sick. I had a little tingle in my throat a few days ago that like gradually got worse, and then yesterday it just kind of hit me. And I was like sick yesterday. Now today we're feeling a little better, but I'm still gonna take it super easy today. So I've literally just been in bed for like 3 hours. I don't even know what time it is. I don't know what time I woke up. We're max chilling today. But I finally got myself out of bed. I mean, I'm back in bed, but I was out of bed for a minute. And I think I'm ready to like actually start my day, start my vlog. So I'm gonna bring you guys along with me as I just navigate this day of trying to survive while not feeling well after going on a trip. So there's literally like nothing in my fridge, but yesterday and so far today I've had like zero appetite. So honestly, don't know if I'm gonna eat much today. When I'm sick, I tend to just listen to my body. I'm not gonna force feed myself. Opt for nutrient dense things when I do eat and just see how we're doing. Got some updates for you guys today on all the various things that we've been talking about on this channel. My skin healing journey. I don't remember what the other thing was. I'll remember at some point. But first, it's time to make a fun, functional morning beverage. And last time I showed you guys my coffee recipe, everyone was asking in the comments for what the actual recipe was because I kind of just made it and didn't tell you what I was doing. So I figured I would show you again today and tell you what's actually going in the coffee. So let's go do that. Also, like, this is super embarrassing. My room is never this messy, but you can really tell the state of my brain by the state of my room. I just had zero energy to put any of my stuff away from my trip. There's just bags all over the place. Maybe I'll clean this up later today. I don't know. Okie dokie, it's coffee making time. Are we ready for this magical recipe? So first we have the coffee. I ran out of my decaf, so we're just doing full calf today. Honestly, probably need it. I add my beans to a little bit of cold water because at one point someone informed me that if you add beans straight to boiling water, it burns the beans. And so I just add a little bit of cold water first. I don't know if this is true or not. It's just something that I started doing and never stopped. Now we add the hot water. Give a little stir to mix the beans in. Set that aside for 5 minutes to let the coffee do its coffee thing. And now, while the coffee is coffeeing, we're gonna have the gelatin do the gelatin thing. So this is gelatin, kind of similar to collagen. It's the stuff that you use to make jello into jello. You can also make marshmallows with it. So in order to use it for coffee, stick it in a little bit of water, get it all mixed up, which takes a hot minute. I totally just mixed some coffee grounds into it because they were on my spoon. Oh well. And now you let the gelatin bloom for 5 minutes, which essentially goes from the thick consistency to like actually like a hunk of gelatinized water.
A few moments later.
The gelatin has gelatinized. So now we combine these two. Not gonna lie, I watched multiple instructional videos on how to make gelatin coffee on YouTube before I attempted this myself. And everyone said, combine slowly and stir as you go. But I honestly don't understand why I can't just dump all the coffee into the gelatin and then just blend it. But we're gonna listen to the other people of the internet because they've done it before and probably know something that I don't. Okay, I think the gelatin has entirely dissolved, so I'm just gonna dump the rest of the coffee in. I'm gonna add some Manuka honey, which is like basically liquid gold, especially when you're sick. Like, wow. Look at that drizzle. Important note, if you're adding honey to coffee or like any hot beverage, make sure you're letting the water cool down a little bit before you add it. I added my boiling water to already cold water and then it was just sitting for like 5 minutes so it cooled down. But if you add honey to like boiling hot water, it kills a lot of the good properties of honey. These are just frozen cubes of raw cream. I usually just do one, but since I'm not very hungry and I don't know if I'm gonna get very many calories in today, but drinkable calories are workable, I think I can add 2. So now we let that
melty melt a little bit.
Now, between the fat from the cream and the gelatin being its own amazing gelatinness, I usually get a really good foam on this, But I feel like I didn't leave enough space in this glass for foam, so we're gonna see how this goes. It might just go everywhere.
It was at this moment that he knew.
I could put this in an entirely different glass just to have more space to froth it, but Sigmarissa doesn't have the energy for that, so we're just gonna keep trying this.
It's spilled.
I'm just making a huge mess. I should stop while I'm ahead. Okay, for funsies, I want to add the tiniest little sprinkle of, oh, that didn't sprinkle very well.
Sprinkle cinnamon.
More like just a blob of cinnamon. There we go. Perfect. Cleo, can I have my chair? Oh, don't eat me.
Mission failed.
You know, I thought I was doing okay, but standing up that long and making this kind of took a lot out of me. But it's so good. Oh my God. This is like the best thing I've ever tasted in my life. What? Why haven't I added cinnamon to this before?
I feel better again.
Just kidding, but like kinda. You know what? Now that I've drank some and there's more space in my glass, try this again. See if we can make some foam. I wonder if it's the ratio of gelatin to raw cream. Because I usually only put in 1 cube of cream, which I think is 2 tablespoons. So this is a 1/4 cup of cream. Maybe that's what's actually doing the foam. Okay, friends, if you want super foamy coffee, 2 tablespoons of raw cream, not 4.
I tried.
But the star of this amazing beverage today is not, in fact, the raw cream. It is not the gelatin. It is the Manuka honey from Manukora. Now, they are sponsoring today's video, so a big shout out to them, but I wanted to share it in this video specifically because it's kind of relevant to me being sick, and I would be inhaling this
right now.
So Manuka honey is a very special type of honey that has a lot of benefits that go beyond what normal honey has, and like normal honey is pretty darn good for you, but like Manuka honey is a powerhouse. It's produced by bees that pollinate the flowers of the Manuka bush, and Manuka flowers have a very high concentration of DHA. And DHA converts to a compound called methylglyoxal, or MGO. And MGO has been shown in studies to have very powerful antibacterial effects. And the higher the concentration of MGO, the stronger the antibacterial effects are, which is why you'll often see on Manuka honey, they have this like number here. This is the concentration of MGO. So the higher the number, the more of these type of benefits that the honey has. And so that's what sets Manuka honey apart from traditional honey. Now, this is not a replacement for medicine by any means, but because of its strong antibacterial properties, it may help with relieving a cough and other cold symptoms. And a lot of the studies on Manuka honey show some benefits for upper respiratory tract infections. Again, not like curing it, but helping reduce some of the symptoms like the coughing, congestion, runny nose, all that kind of stuff. And then studies also show that Manuka honey can help promote better oral health, which if you saw, I think my last video, I showed my results from my last Viome test, and it showed that I have really bad oral health, which, to be fair, I know. I have periodontitis, which I'm pretty sure was caused by the topical steroid withdrawal, because it was causing all of my skin to degrade, including my gums. So figuring that out. But because of the antibacterial properties of Manuka honey, the antibacterial properties can help fight the bad bacteria that can accumulate in your mouth that causes degradation of gums and all sorts of other issues. And there are so many other benefits associated with consuming Manuka honey, but a lot of it comes from the fact that like the balance of good and bad bacteria in our body is one of the key factors in our health. And we all know the importance of consuming probiotic rich foods and or taking an actual probiotic to promote the health and flourishing of good bacteria in the body. So this is something that is going to help kind of get rid of the bad bacteria. So it's just kind of the other side of the like balance of creating good microbiome health and diversity. So probiotics to help bring in the good, Manuka honey to help get rid of the bad. So this is something that I do highly recommend having on hand and just throwing into your lattes every so often, or putting it in your tea, just having a straight spoonful of it. Not gonna lie, while I was making my latte, I had just a spoonful of it out of the jar as well. But it's just a really powerful superfood that's absolutely worth sprinkling into your lifestyle, your diet. I have a very distinct memory of, I think when like Manuka honey first started getting popular, or maybe it was just like a story on NPR that my mom heard or something, but like my mom became obsessed with Manuka honey for a while, and she was like buying a bunch of it and I was eating it. This is when I was like
12.
So I've been having Manuka honey for a very long time. Back then, I knew nothing about health or the body, so I didn't know what I was doing. I was just eating the honey my mom bought, but the more I've learned about the body, the more I've realized my mother was right, as they tend to be. So if you do want to get yourself a little bottle, I highly recommend Manukora. As a brand, they're very dedicated to authenticity and quality, which obviously very important for me. In fact, each jar has a little QR code on the top that you can scan, and it gives you information on the sourcing and independent testing of the quality of the honey that's in your specific jar, so you can know exactly what you have and where it's from. And then they're also very dedicated to like sustainable and ethical beekeeping practices. I don't know much about beekeeping, but I know that the bees are dying and it's very important to be very careful with them, and that they are. So if you want to check it out, I'll leave a link down in the description box below, or you can go to manukora.com/fitandnerdy and you will get yourself $25 off their starter kit. And that comes with this 850 plus MGO Manuka honey, as well as their travel pack honey sticks, which are super helpful. Like if you're on the go, you want to bring some honey with you. I know I'm not the only one where like if I'm gonna be gone for a couple days, I'm bringing my electrolytes, little packs of honey, and like little packs of other fun stuff to add into all of my beverages. And then you also get their really cool like wooden spoon that you can use to drizzle your honey very aesthetically, and it comes with a free little guidebook. So definitely go check it out, get yourself some of this superfood. And in case you're listening and you can't click the link, it's manukora.com/fitandnerdy. So check it out, indulge, try some honey with superpowers from Manukora. Link in the description box below. I'm gonna
Go lay back down in bed now.
So this cat loves going outside, but it's raining. So we're gonna find out today what is stronger in her, the desire to go outside, the desire to avoid water.
Huh?
Normally she sprints outside.
Nope.
She so desperately wants to be outside, but clearly does not want to be walking on this wet ground.
Alrighty, I think I have mustered the energy to clean my room. Ooh, and I need to make a big hydrating beverage. When I was on my trip, I put all my good hydration goodies in this bag. I have my molecular hydrogen. You like that? My mellow magnesium, but I usually save that for the nighttime. My Symbiotica Pure Hydration electrolytes. So I think I'm gonna do this with some various vitamins and things in a minute. But first, exciting piece of updatey news on Cleo. So exciting updates, exciting news on my skin health. I'm about to get eaten. So I did the Viome test, but I also did a GI map test through Well Theory, the company that I'm working with to help me with my skin, and I got my results back, and the person who was reviewing the results from my GI map test said that it was one of the cleanest GI map tests she has ever seen. My gut health looks fantastic. I have all of the bacteria and enzymes for the most part, we'll get to that, but like the bacteria and the enzymes needed to digest like pretty much any food. So the general takeaway from that is that she said that whatever I'm doing with my diet normally is working really well for my gut health. So that's a positive. This means I am transitioning away from the animal-based diet that I was on back to basically what I was doing before, but with more of an emphasis on getting in my protein from more animal-based sources. So that is just higher bioavailability of protein. I guess that's it, just my normal diet, but with hitting my protein goals through animal-based protein. Not like avoiding plant-based protein, but just making sure I'm getting like 100-ish grams of animal-based protein in my diet per day. I'm excited that I have like test proof that my current diet works really well for my gut, like great, but part of me was really hoping that it would come back showing a lot of issues. Like I was really hoping it was gonna be like,
You have a parasite. All you have to do is a parasite cleanse and then your skin will be fine.
but instead it's like, your gut health is great, good luck. Except there is one thing that is interesting that we are testing out right now, and that is that I had low elastase, which I guess is an enzyme that helps you break down and absorb particularly fat. So I might not be breaking down and absorbing fat as efficiently as necessary to be optimally healthy, and that would also mean I'm probably not absorbing as many fat soluble vitamins as I could or should be. And it is possible that low elastase is just the root cause of my skin issues, which honestly,
that would be pretty great. So right now I'm trying out a new supplement protocol for that. If it works, I'll share that with you guys. It involves taking some extra enzymes. I have a digestive enzyme, that's pretty standard, but some other enzymes, and I added a new probiotic, so I'm still taking seed, but they added a second probiotic into my routine. So if that works, I'll share it with you guys, but I'm just playing around with that for now. And I've been doing some research on the relationship between elastase and histamine, because as I told you guys weeks ago, I'm pretty sure I have a histamine intolerance, because when I took Zyrtec, my skin improved drastically. And it does seem that my environment is a huge trigger for my skin. So there's definitely some amount of like allergy component. And so if anyone has like deeper knowledge on a potential link between low elastase and maybe low DAO production or high histamine or something like that, please let me know. So right now this is all speculative. Like I am just diving into this research and seeing what I can find. It's possible there's zero link whatsoever and I just have both issues, but usually there's like one root cause to things. So what I did find is that low omega-9 intake can impact DAO production, and DAO is the enzyme that breaks down histamine. So if you don't have enough DAO, you're gonna have high histamine. And so possibly, if I am not breaking down and absorbing fat, I'm not absorbing enough omega-9, and therefore my DAO production is low, and therefore I have high histamine. I don't know. It's a theory. So I might at some point experiment with a low histamine diet, and I got a lot of people asking me, like, if I figured out that I do have a histamine issue, why am I not doing a low histamine diet? Like, why am I doing an animal-based diet and eating like prosciutto and cheese and all of these things that are higher histamine? And I didn't want to immediately just go to a low histamine diet because I think it's unlikely that that would be treating the root cause. It would essentially just be decreasing symptoms, not treating whatever is underlying that's causing that histamine issue. So my goal with this is to dig as deep as possible, find the root cause, and do what I can to heal that, rather than doing a bunch of other things to like alleviate symptoms, but never actually getting to the root cause. So thanks to this test, it does not appear that gut issues or parasites or anything in that scope is the root cause. So right now we're going down the elastase rabbit hole to see if that can fix anything. The annoying thing with the skin in particular is that it takes a long time to heal. It's not something where like you make a change and within a week you're gonna see a huge difference. Like sometimes yes, but for something like this, especially, it's not like as simple as removing gluten from your diet. It's something probably a lot deeper than that. Like I'm gonna have to commit to protocols for a more extended period of time to see if there is any change. So this just might be a little bit of a slow process, which is okay, because I'm willing to hang in there if it means eventually I'm going to be fully healed and never have to think about this again. So that's just where I'm at with my skin journey. I just wanted to update you guys on all of that, because I'm gonna be switching my diet and my supplement protocol and all of that. Did anyone else watch Big Comfy Couch as a kid? And at the end of the episode, the girl would be like, "Hey,
Who made this big mess? I did.
guess I gotta clean it up." And then she would do the 10-second tidy. We're gonna do a 10-second tidy. While I clean, I'm gonna be listening to this podcast episode from Peter Attia's The Drive. This is how I learn so much, is anytime I do anything where I don't have to be like mentally engaged, I'm listening to a podcast or an audiobooks. This is Understanding ApoB, LDL-C, LP-A, and Insulin as Risk Factors for Cardiovascular Disease. So we're gonna be doing some learning, but 10-second tidy style. Ready, set, go! Guys, I did it. Look at this. Nothing on the floor. It's glorious. Bed is made. Room is clean. It was not a 10-second tidy. It was more like an hour and a half tidy, because I got 3/4 of the way through. And then I was so tired, I had to lay down for like 45 minutes. In the meantime, I postmated 2 soups and some veggies. So finally gonna eat. As far as being sick goes, I'm not like deathly ill. Like I'm doing okay. I'm just a little bit like tired and run down. But this has just killed my appetite. So I figured soup was my best bet.
So these veggies look absolutely delicious. These are the two soups that I got. I got a little rustic chicken soup, which I think is just mostly chicken, potato, and carrot. This is always a go-to. Absolutely love it. And then I also got this like chicken pozole. Honestly, I'm not even sure what's in it. It's definitely chicken, a little bit of corn. I think there's some veggies in there somewhere. But this one's probably a little bit more flavorful, so I think I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna start with this one. I'm pretty sure I'll be able to stomach it, and I'll have these at some point. Maybe I'll just snack on them. Yes, Cleo wants soup. Oh yes, this looks amazing. I am feeling better already.
Also, I gave Cleo a little piece.
This is like the most minimal effort sick day ever. Usually when I feel myself getting sick, I'll go to the store, get all the goodies to help myself, you know, heal, have all the good stuff like some ginger and lemon. And I'll be able to make some soup. I'll have some actual food that sounds appetizing while sick. And this time I got sick while I was gone, so I have none of that. Going with what we got and with the energy that we have. It is what it is. Been a few hours, I've gotten some work done. I'm actually feeling not too bad. I don't think I could go like do stuff, but I'm like definitely better than yesterday. So like definitely improving, thankfully. Fingers crossed. But I finally remembered the other update that I wanted to give you guys. I told you guys like definitely not even a year ago now. I don't know when I told you guys, maybe a year ago. No, I don't know. Told you guys a while ago now that I started going on like my own personal healing journey because I had left a toxic and abusive relationship, and that just took a lot out of me. But I just wanted to share that I have been in therapy since I left that relationship, and it's been about a year and a half. I found a great therapist that I absolutely love, and it's just been amazing, and it's helped me heal a lot from that relationship, but like there's definitely still like a little bit of lingering trauma, and it's been a process. Like it's taken a lot of work and a lot of dedication mentally, emotionally, but in the last like month I've kind of really felt the effects of that growth and change within my life. Like one of the biggest things that I've been working on is my tendency to be a people pleaser and to not do well with confrontation. And I also didn't even realize that I struggled with this before therapy, but I think one of my biggest things was not trusting myself or my intuition. And so I've worked on all of that. I've finally gotten to the point where I feel like a different person in like the best way possible. Like all of the therapy has finally gotten me to a place where it feels like I've transformed enough to like really see a significant difference with how I feel inside and how I interact with the world in like a positive way. But I just wanted to share this because mental health is one of the pillars of holistic fitness. The shift that I've seen in myself, like internally, it has already felt like it has shifted my physical health as well. Like everything is so deeply intertwined and interrelated. And so these kinds of things can't be overlooked. Like this is equally a part of my fitness journey as like learning to run, as going to the gym, as doing cold plunges, or etc. are. Like all of these things are so important, and this is something that really needs to be talked about more. Therapy is just like a different kind of gym, and the benefits that you can get from it health-wise are just as profound. All this is to say, therapy's great, highly recommend, as long as you have a therapist that like you connect with and seems helpful for you. Like I tried a few other therapists before, and they were not great. I feel like therapists can be just as hit or miss as like personal trainers can. Like a lot of personal trainers don't know what they're doing. But when you find one that you click with, it can make a huge difference, and it does take time. You can't expect total physical transformation in the gym in 30 days. You're also not gonna get
A complete overhaul of your relationship to the world and healing all of your childhood traumas and uncovering all of your shadows and all of these things
in 30 days in therapy. Like if you want profound transformation, you gotta give it like a year. So those are my 2 cents on that. And now I'm like actually hungry, which is very exciting. So I'm gonna go eat soup number 2. I'm honestly so annoyed that I'm sick because I was just getting the hang of my running form and it wasn't feeling like the worst thing in the world. I'm actually starting to feel like a smidge confident with my ability to like do a little jog. Now I can't work out because I'm sick. But anyway, I'm just making my little nighttime hydration concoction. Got the molecular hydrogen, got the magnesium from Ned, put a little salt in here too. And then I decided that tonight is the perfect night for a bath. I'm not much of a bath girl, more of a shower girl. But when you're sick, soaking in a nice warm tub sounds great. So that's what I'm gonna do. And I was craving cookies. Don't have cookies. Definitely not going to the store right now to get cookies. So I'm gonna have a little bit of Food Kitchen milk chocolate. Whenever it goes on sale, I buy like 3 bars. I'm buying it faster than I can consume it. So I need to consume more. Part of me is also really happy that I got sick. Like, I'm not happy that I got sick, but I definitely started getting into that kind of work mode where like I just feel compelled to keep working until I go to sleep and then repeat that every single day. But being sick, like I didn't want to do much work today. So I actually took some time and I sat down and I looked at all the things that I needed to do for this week and I blocked it all off of my calendar. And I was just thinking in my head, like, if I weren't about to take a bath, I'd probably just keep working for the next 3 hours until it's time to go to sleep. But because I know that I have specific time set aside to do all of the things in the next week, I can sit back, take my bath, enjoy it, relax, and not feel like I'm getting behind on work. That's just entrepreneur life. Like when you work for yourself, you feel compelled to continuously work because, you know,
Time is money.
but also time is mental sanity. So we're working on that. That might be phase 2 of therapy for me. Anyway, it's bath time.
I am bathed, my teeth are clean, and I am getting ready to go to bed. Going to bed early tonight. By early, I mean just not as late as normal. Gotta get my sleep so that I can feel better tomorrow. One of the things that I put on my to-do list for this week is planning out my next month or so of video content on the YouTubes. So if there's anything in particular that you want me to make a video about in the next month, let me know. I've been trying to branch out a little, talk a little bit more about longevity. I'm open to suggestions. I am here for you. I can sense that I'm about to get really rambly if I keep talking, so I'm just gonna shut up and go to sleep. If you liked this video, please give it a big thumbs up. It really does support me and my channel. I really genuinely appreciate it. Please share this video with your friends, your family, and your neighbors. If you want to see more content from me, all about health and fitness, you can check it out over here. To see future videos, make sure you hit that subscribe button, hit the little notification bell so you can notify when I post a video, and I will see you very soon. Bye!